Imagine standing in a dealership, agonizing over two equally appealing cars. The pressure is high, and you're sweating the details. But the exact second you sign the paperwork, something strange happens. The car you bought suddenly appears as an undisputed masterpiece, while the one you left behind looks like a total lemon. You drive home and spend the evening hunting down positive reviews to confirm your brilliant choice, aggressively scrolling past any article that mentions transmission failures. We awake to see ourselves as highly logical creatures who gather facts, weigh the evidence, and arrive at a sound conclusion. Actually, the reality is reversed. We often make a choice first and then build a customized reality entirely to justify our actions. Back in 1957, social psychologist Leon Festinger gave this exact phenomenon a name. He called it cognitive dissonance. It is the intense mental stress and genuine physical discomfort that strikes when we hold conflicting beliefs, or when our actions clash with our values. Festinger observed the extreme limit of this behavior by studying a doomsday cult. When the predicted apocalypse failed to happen, the devoted members didn't admit they were wrong. Instead, they doubled down on their faith, claiming their belief had actually saved the world. A cult is an extreme case, but our brains perform micro-versions of this reality distortion every single day, all to protect our peace of mind. Your brain operates with a built-in alarm system. It triggers the moment it detects a gap between your positive self-image and your actual behavior. If you deeply believe that cheating is wrong, but you decide to glance at your phone during a final exam, creating a sharp inconsistency. This gap between principle and action manifests as a state of measurable, unpleasant physiological arousal. Your heart rate climbs. You feel a genuine physical tension in your chest. This flowchart maps out the biological trigger. When an action contradicts a belief, it creates a direct spike in dissonance. Because your body considers this stress biologically unsustainable, your mind is highly motivated to deploy a psychological defense protocol to shut the alarm off. To lower dissonance, the brain follows three cognitive pathways: change the action, change the belief, or change perception. Since you can't undo a past action, the brain defaults to the outer branches, altering beliefs or shifting perception to ease tension. Every day, this takes four shapes: overvaluing what we chose, trashing what we rejected, inventing rationalizations like running to offset a donut, or ignoring facts. These mental edits happen entirely below the surface. We genuinely believe our newly adjusted attitudes are our original logical thoughts. Those defense mechanisms successfully extinguish the internal alarm, giving us the artificial confidence required to move forward without being paralyzed by regret. There is a dark side to this survival mechanism. By lying to ourselves to resolve short-term anxiety, we inadvertently pave the way for a dangerous behavioral loop. This animated cycle illustrates neural rationalization. To avoid the agonizing pain of cognitive dissonance, we will stay in toxic relationships or hold on to failing investments. A bad decision creates tension, which triggers rationalization, which just reinforces another bad decision. This is the engine behind the sunk cost fallacy. Our brain smooths over a past error by tricking us into committing even more time and money into a losing choice. Our biological need to feel confident and correct actively compromises our ability to accurately assess the reality of our lives. The psychological antidote to this trap is cultivating a conscious self-awareness of your own internal alarm system. Instead of treating post-decision mental friction as a threat that needs to be instantly suppressed, treat it as vital data. That tension is telling you there might be a misstep. Researchers recommend a practice called distancing. You intentionally step back from your emotional attachment to a choice, allowing you to evaluate the situation objectively. By accepting the temporary discomfort of dissonance and having the courage to admit you were wrong, you break the cycle of self-deception. It saves massive amounts of mental energy and empowers you to make genuinely better decisions tomorrow.